Okay, so as I was saying, GBP USD, from this, it's clear where we're expecting the prices to go. One thing, the trend has changed. Okay, we are forming lower points as compared to the previous points. Okay, let's corner that. We have this. We have this. So we are seeing lower low points. Okay, so based on that, you're expecting a lower point around here somewhere. Okay, before any sort of retracement or any sort of an upper move. Okay, so yeah, based on that, based on this, we can expect GBP USD to come to around upper. So to determine where we're expecting that price, what you do is you run your Fibonacci Fibo points. Okay, so from that swing, to expect that market to move to 161.8 point. Okay, so this would be a perfect TP Amati profit. Okay, then we have something of the sort. Okay, this point, this point. So we expect your market ikuja mpaka around hapa. So our target itakuwa around hapa. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. It's that simple. Inaweza kaa complicated, inaweza kaa chafu, but you have to remember in the end of the day the process. Okay, tulianza na trend lines, support na nini, tumekuja kwa shorter time frames. Okay, then kwa 4 hours, the other thing tunaweza ona, this is a bit dirty, but okay, I hope you guys can see this. You can see the trend lines. What happens, the other thing I didn't mention, when the market is in an uptrend, trend lines zitakuwa not trend lines. When the market is in an uptrend, then the moving averages zitakuwa below it. When the market is in a downtrend, then moving averages zitakuwa above it. Okay, so you can see, as in short, moving averages after the support to the market na resistance as the market moves. Okay, so a good example is this. This is the 21 EMS. No, this is 4 hours. So you can see market ilienda ikabai. You can see all this. Market ilienda ikabai. Okay. Then what happened? Retracement ilikuja ikapatana na this 21 EMA, which acted as a support. Okay. Then what happened? Market ikaendelea kubai. Okay. And then what happened? Ikarudi retracement, which violated the 21 EMA. That is why it is not the best thing to just use the EMAs. Utapata mtu anakuambia ati ukiona imefika kwa 20 EMA buy, ukiona tena imefika, it's going to get you out. But there is a trading, there is a strategy you can employ to get all these moves. Okay, I had a trade last Friday I took it on Wednesday or Thursday, and yeah, I got these pips based on that strategy from this bounce here, 20 EMA, but it's a bit more technical. But the first thing you need to understand, the first thing you need to know, where is the trend headed to? Where is the market likely to go to? Okay, so once you determine mali market itaenda, then you can easily trade na ukijua market iko in an uptrend. Okay, you'll be looking ama expect market ita move in an uptrend ama in a downtrend from this point to this point, then utakuwa comfortable enough kutafuta trade entries along these points depending on the time you trade, kama you're a day trader ama kama una plan ku trade zile za monthly and whatever they call them. Okay, So yeah, so basically we have that. So the next thing, what do you guys want us to look at? Gold, I keep my hands out of gold. No offense. I honestly don't like it. Okay, I like it because inalipa vizuri and the pay is good. But then gold is going to give you a heart attack. No questions, like honestly. Then you have to keep in mind, if at all tutasema you're going to analyze gold, on the daily, come on the daily, we're talking about these high points. So you can see gold is back to those high points, of which zilikuwa back in 2012, 2011, 2012, 9, 23, 2012, this was 2011. So yeah, as much as we want to trade gold, come on, it's not the best thing. Yeah, generally what we're expecting is gold it will move back to a higher point, to this point, yeah, after we see this break. But just when it comes to gold, pip value is very high, okay? So ukisema ati you're expecting to risk 100 pips in gold, it's not the same as risking 100 pips in any other currency, okay? But kama your account is big enough, you can always trade gold, because you can see how clear this is. It's a direct uptrend, okay? But not the best. USD shelf. So that is the 4 hours. So generally we have a sideways market, some sort of consolidation with so many trading opportunities. Okay, so it's gonna this some sort of a downtrend, but corona iliharibu kila kitu. You can see this. So yeah, we have that, gonna that downtrend. Then to make it more interesting, the prices went lower than this low. Okay, so you can see this breakout. So that is a very interesting point. Market ilifika before it done. So the other thing, when it comes to trend lines, when it comes to supports and resistance, they act as targets. They act as your take profits, your stop loss. Okay. So we have this. Anything interesting? Yeah, very interesting. Totally interesting. So we have a breakout, a classic breakout. Price is sitting on some sort of a support. Okay. So based on this, we're expecting to buy. Yeah, but you're not so certain. We need a confirmation for us to buy. So what you do is unatumia pending orders. Okay. So we can go to a shorter time frame from 30 minutes. You have this point and this point. Okay. So you can see nimeenda to lower time frames because I need to find the best entry possible for this market. This consolidation, after this is complete, then we're expecting the market to make a drastic move to whichever side it will move to. Okay. Then we have this. Okay. So we have to be keen of that, on that, of that, whichever English it is. So yeah, so that is what we have. So what do we expect? What would you expect? Okay. So if at all you're going to see a buy, personally, I'd wait for this price. I'd wait for the 4 hours for this 220 EMA na 50 EMA to cross, that would be my first confirmation of which price itakuwa imepanda to around this point. Okay, so once zime cross, then I'll wait for a pullback because we definitely see a pullback. So across, price iko around hapo, a pullback around there, then that would be my entry for a buy position, of which I target 80% or something of the sort, but my target would be around here. Okay, yeah, because tukisema right now tutaingia hii market, let's say we expecting tumeona breakouts ndo, and as always, as the book say, ukiona a breakout out of a trend, what do you expect for the prices to run? No, it's just for the books. Okay, so you need a confirmation, you need to be certain of the trend. Yes, to me confirm imeanza an uptrend because of our points, this point. Okay, then we have this point. Okay, so tuko na two options. One, this price move this way, ama hii price irudi to around hapa ama hapa, somewhere hapa. Okay, before a move upwards or a breakout and equal some sort of false, equal some sort of a fake out. Okay, so ukisema you're going to buy hapa, there's too much on the table. So there are two options. Wait for your price to pull back to this point. Now there is no way to pull back to hapa. It's going to move in some sort of a consolidation mpaka hapa, if at all it a buy. Okay, then the other option, which is the 70% option, is this market to move to around this point, which was the previous high point. Itapatia that market room for this cross, the 20 and 50 EMA, for it to cross. After that cross, the market itarudi to the 20 EMA ama to that around that cross as a confirmation before market run. Based on my strategy, on the strategy I use, I'll be targeting the 200 EMA. That will be my take profit. That is a daily strategy. Na itaachiviwa within two or 3 days at most, ama hata 1 day. Okay, but then we can wait for this, of which ikifika kwa 200 EMA, ita pull back to around somewhere around below, around hapa. Okay, ita pull back to that point before a breakout, then a confirmation, a pullback confirmation kwa 200 before this chase mpaka huko. Okay, nimeongea Greek mob. All you need to know is these are the probabilities. You need to understand that kwa hiyo market, whenever you see a breakout like this, there are few options. Inaweza rudi, inaweza endelea, as you saw kwa GBP USD. Okay, so hope this is clear though. Nikiongea Greek, please tell me. So you can see tulikuwa na this trend line. I hope si chafu sana though. Hope you guys will understand. So you can see we have this trend line. Okay, then what happened? Market ikakuja ika breakout. So we had a few options hapa. One, market iki break out of this point, it complete that run. Okay, that was option one. Option two was market irudi kwa the previous support, which is this. So irudi hapa, and you can see we had a confirmation from this candlestick to go long. Okay, that is option two. Option three was market irudi kuendelea chini. Okay, so you can imagine kama uliona breakout, so you went for a buy looking for a perfect entry, what happens? So to avoid this, what you do is unatumianga pending orders. Okay, kina buy stop na sell stop. Okay, so you have this point yenye ilikam ikafika hapa, then imerudi kuretest. What you do, you set your pending order above this point. Okay, then you need a confirmation at least from the EMAs, but not so important. And there's our advice to avoid using EMAs as much. Okay, but try use them, try employ them, but usitumie kama the main thing. Okay, so yeah, so that is it. So you can see we had two probabilities of a buy, but then the market moved in a downward direction. So this is where the broker, this is where the big banks sit. For you, no, it's going to be a definite buy. Then all of a sudden, on a back in a stress, market will sell. You had a confirmation, market will break out like a retest, and you had a confirmation from a candlestick. So what happens? Okay, for this sell, 90% of the time, I won't lie, you'll miss it. Okay, but then you can always take advantage of this. Okay, there's always a way you'll take advantage of such situations, but until you're certain where the market is going, usi waste pesa yako. Okay, don't be in a hurry kuingia market. You'd rather go for 2 days bila kuingia any currency ama any market than kuingia market, then all of a sudden shit happens, and yeah, you know the drill. So yeah, you can see from this a few options. Inaweza kuja evaluate irudi kuendelea na trend, but tunaweza sema comfortably we can expect your market buy based on the USD index, but that is not a confirmation ya kutuambia we go for a buy. Euro USD, GBP USD, that is what they did a few days ago. Okay, so yeah, we had a confirmation of a breakout. Don't remember what it was with Euro USD. With this, yeah, we also had this, if I'm not wrong. Had something of the sort. Let me just do this. So we had this market ikirudi hapa, that's a confirmation for a buy. Ikifika hapa, this is another confirmation for a buy. So what do? You go for a buy, but in the end of the day, it's going to get you. So yeah, basically that's. So yeah, ukiwa na confirmation ya buy kama hii, then you have another confirmation ya sell kama, yeah, okay, yeah. So Australian USD, any currencies you guys want us to look at specifically. So Australian, the drill continues. Unaanza the bigger time frames as you move to the shorter time frames. Okay. So one thing you need to understand about this currency, ama in general, these currencies zilikuwa na big deep, what do you call it? Zilitake a big dive juu ya corona, is that just because corona ilikuja ikafanya they take a big drop, doesn't mean ati zitaendelea kudrop. Okay, you need to make sure you know the trend of that specific market. Okay, so what I mean ni 90% of the people walikuwa wamefikiria market ikifika hapa it's going to continue dropping just because we have a general downtrend. Okay, but people were not considering the fact that there is a big bullish run from that. Okay, so usiwai trade against the trend. Don't wait for ati usigoje ati market specifically iconfirm ama market usikimbizane na these perfect entries ati kila mtu anakuanikia. Most of them zinakuanga za kubahatisha, why. So for you to make money, for you to make the most out of these markets is making sure You don't chase the market. Let the market show you the direction. I'd rather nichukulie trade hapa, make 20 to 30 pips around hapa, than kubahatisha niingilie market buy hapa, niingie buy hapo, I lose 30, nikuja niingie buy ingine hapa, I lose 30, nikuja niingie ingine hapa. Oh, good entry zenye ni screenshot nionyeshe watu vile I'm good at it. I make another around 50 ama 60 pips. So like, what is the point? Yeah, you're losing more than you're making, okay? In the end of the day, you lose more than you're making, okay? So make sure at least you have a confirmation. You know where the market is telling you inaenda, okay? So come at this pullback. This would have been a good entry, okay? But let's say you had a sell, then ukabahatika you had all this trailing stop yako ikahitiwa around hapa, okay? So once trailing stop yako ilihitiwa, you just don't rush for that buy. Usikimbizane na price. Our aim is to make money, not be right. You know, one thing you have to keep in mind. USDJPY, let's, okay. Something, whatever happened, I don't know, I'm not certain. But, okay, yeah, let's. Just a minute. In a load. Really don't get why. What's happening? Oh. Just a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, whatever I'm looking at sijui iko wapi. But anyway, USDJPY. Oh, interesting. So, higher time frames. We have something of this sort. We have this. Then we have this. So you can see I'm avoid a big chunk of it here. Okay. I'm so uncomfortable with this chart. So uncomfortable, but looks interesting. So the reason nimeweka hizo mbili ni because of this point. Then we also have this, but nimetry kuassume. Then tuko na hii point na hii point. Then there's this lower point which I'm assuming, but tutapata some better sheet. Tutatafuta something better to draw for shorter time frames. Okay. Yeah, then this. Oh, this is so interesting. Tuko na this, which I'm so uncomfortable with, but still valid. So, where do you guys expect this currency to move to? What do you expect from this currency? So that is what we have. I don't see anything else. I have this point, not this point, but then it's not going to be comfortable because this is just DGPY. But why not? So yeah, you can see. So uncomfortable with that. So delete. Then we'll just go for this. Yeah. Then we can go for this. Si mtu atupigiange story. You people are too silent. So then there's this head and shoulder. I'm spotting some sort of head and shoulder. You see, it's so comfortable. Okay, let's just say personally ninge avoid this currency. One thing, we have this. Okay, so this is corona effect. So that is out of the box. Then we have this. Looks like some sort of a consolidation, but based on what I've come to see in a USD JPY, this is definitely not a consolidation. See that? That is something we can look at, but come on. See this. Avoid this currency for a while. Avoid it. But corner this, is it going to form a double top? This point, not this point. Is it going to form so this point, not this point? So, but no, it's not worth the struggle. It's really not worth the struggle. Because one thing, this is a consolidation for sure. I'm a ranging market. We can call it a ranging market. Second thing, we don't have a specific trend from this currency. You can see generally market in a move sideways. Okay, as much as we have these higher points, much as we have these points, we have a consolidated market of some sort, a ranging market. So let's wait until we see something forming. Let's wait until we see a specific trend forming. Because hapo nikikwambia you go, you sell, what happens when the market moves to this point? Nikikwambia we expect a buy, what happens market ikiamua ni kushuka? We don't have any specific trend. Yeah, I see this one, but come on now. I'm not comfortable with this. And this. Try a trend line. So yeah, you can see. But yeah, we might see a buy. To some extent, this might be a buy. We are looking at a buy, a possible buy. To around Papa. Somewhere, but a very uncomfortable buy. So yeah. So the next thing we're going to look at, hey, I hope sijawabo sana though. So the next thing we're going to look at is New Zealand. I'm just going to give a general outlook. I'm going to give you something as in just what to look at. So yeah, for the New Zealand, niko na New Zealand card, niko na New Zealand chaff, NZD-JPY, NZD-USD. Then you can see for these currencies, the New Zealand is not the base currency. I'm a base currency. I won't be analyzing them. Okay. So we're just going to deal with this for which New Zealand USD. I usually deal with it based on the major currencies. Okay. So New Zealand, these three currencies. Okay. So weekly, so clear. Come on. So clear. So clear. So clear. So that is point one. Okay, we have this higher point. Are we going to really involve it? Yeah, we need to. So, no questions. Come on. No questions. It's too direct. Hata bila kuangalia the shorter time frames, then you're expecting hii market iko na some room to buy. You can see this. So we have some room to buy. Na ukienda kwa kama 1 hour, you can see how much room there is for that currency to buy. Okay, this is about how many pips is this? Over 100 pips. Okay, then from this we're gonna come. You can see this. We have some room for a buy before the sell comes in. Okay, and avoiding this, but all in all, we expect a buy before a sell. So ukiona something of the sort, the first thing that should come into your mind is we might see some New Zealand card strength in New Zealand, some strength coming into the near future. And tuko na hii point, lazima keep in mind we have that zone. Yeah, hope this is clear. So for us to have that buy, we need to see your price at least imefika above this. See this candlestick, hii tail. We need that price to surpass your tail due to certain of that buy. Then we have another possibility, a sell. But for us to go for a sell, what I'd go for is basically a breakout out of this zone. You can see there's a big consolidation. There's a bit of consolidation happening. Okay, so whichever side the market breaks out of, whichever side the market itaamua kuenda, then we're going to chase it. We're not going to chase it. We're going to take our trades based on that. But higher chances, the bigger probability is we have a possible buy coming into play because market iko in an uptrend. Okay, we have a consolidation. Yes, we have a possibility of a downtrend because of this point. Okay, so that's a possibility. Tunaweza ona market imekuja ika breakout out of that point ikakuja mpaka hapa before the buy continues, but I doubt that's going to happen. I highly doubt that's going to happen. But this is the market. My doubts, they have nothing to do with it. It's all a matter of wait, see where the market is going to, then take the trade. Okay. So you can see the advantage ya kuanza na the bigger time frames. Okay. So whenever you start with bigger time frames, then una get a general view of what you expect from the market. Apparently tuko na 5 minutes to go. Wow, what is happening? So yeah, anyway, for New Zealand, that is what I have. I'm still going to share the new analysis later on, but I'm so tired, guys. Hope you get you understand what we look at, how we approach it. Then before you take a trade, as always, make sure you size your trades. Okay, make sure umeangalia the lot size you're using. Make sure it's the currency you're trading. Analyze your currency. You can never go wrong with pending orders. Then advantage ingine that comes with pending orders, most of the times ukiset a pending order, market itafika at that point ikiwa ina ikiwa na a lot of momentum. Okay, so utapata trade yako itaingia in profit faster than ukiingia trade immediately, you wait for it to go to wherever ilikuwa inaenda, retrace, then kujianze ku make profits. It's all hectic. So I'll take any questions. Any at all you guys have, then we call it a day. I'm exhausted. Honestly, I'm exhausted. Pending order uwekwaje? So you just come to new order, okay? But this is MT5, okay? So ukikuja kwa new order, just a minute. New order, okay? So what type of, the first thing you check ni symbol, okay? Type of market, unakuja kwa pending order. So uko na buy limit, sell limit, buy stop, sell stop, hizi mbili assume them, and mostly we just go for the buy stop, sell stop, okay? Then kama let's say we want to go for buy stop, okay, let's go to this chart. Okay, so tuna expect this market ikifika hapa, then it's going to buy, okay? So we want to take our trade ikifika kwa this. So tutaenda kwa new order, pending order, buy stop. Is it buy stop? Then this price mali una expect, that is the price utakam you key in hapa. Then the stop loss, then the take profit. For all this information, kuna so many recorded videos, 18 of them. Make sure you look at them, okay? Ziko na explanation ya how to do it, the practical part of stop loss. Yeah. Any other question?
Alafu niulize
Mm-hmm.
kwa hiyo pending order,
Mm-hmm.
if itakata kwenda na your direction ume-expect na irudi na chini, itakuwa ni loss?
No. Pending order itakuwa activated tu time itafikiwa, okay? So let's say tumeset pending order yetu hapa, then market ikose kuenda juu, ikuje iendelee kuenda chini. What happens ni pending order yetu itabaki unless tumeset an expiry, okay? But if hatuna expiry, then itabaki hapo, okay?
Na
So
delete.
Pardon?
Za delete your pending order.
Oh, kudelete. Kudelete the pending order is just simple. Ni kama a normal trade. Vile una closing the trade normally, it's that simple. Yes. Any question? Anybody else? Tukona 1 minute, less than a minute actually. But if you guys are good, it was nice seeing you. In case of any questions, you guys can ask me anytime. See you when you see me. I'm going to share the analysis of this suite later on in the night. I just need to sleep for like 2 hours. Amani niende nikarukaruka. So yeah, have a good evening all. Oh, any questions as we wait for this time? Any question? Any suggestion? If hakuna, so we call it a night. So yeah, in case of any questions, you guys have my number.